Edward Snowden. First, what do you think about Edward Snowden?
I think everything he's done is a good thing. I don't have any negative feelings or any negative thoughts about what he's done. I think what he did was right, what he had to do, and he's creating good things. Definitely not a traitor. He's a whistleblower. He had access to certain information, and he thought he was a criminal activity in a way, really, and he led. He went through certain. He went through a certain direction to let the world know, and he had to make certain choices that were hard, but he thought it out, and that's how it ended up being.
Edward Snowden, in my opinion, I think just made a name for himself, and he flees the United States and goes to Russia. So in my opinion, he's a traitor. I'm just, a little hurt that he has to do what he did. To me, he's kind of one of them computer nerds, and it's just that it is what it is. He did what he did, and whoever hired him, I'm sure, is regretting it at this point. I think he might have had this all planned out before he leaked the information, before he did an interview. Like he probably has his mind set on where he's gonna live. Whether it be another country or if he comes back, he knows what he's gonna be dealing with.
My input on Edward Snowden is, for the most part, there's worse people out there that have done horrible things. I'm not saying that what he did was 100% right, but he did jeopardize a lot of people in the United States and given an opening for other terrorists to come through and do whatever they need to do. Him going to Russia, he went to Russia because they can't ship him back to the United States. So he went over there being a coward, and he should have just faced what he did. He should have just went ahead and took the punishment for what he did. He knew what he was doing was wrong, and he did it anyways. So for that, he needs to be held accountable. For what he did, he would be a traitor because he turned his back on the U.S. and gave out information that shouldn't have been given out. I mean, his job was to keep it a secret, and he let it leak. So to me, he is a traitor, but in a sense, he could be a whistleblower too. I mean, he falls right there in the middle.
Edward Snowden. What is your thoughts on Edward Snowden?
Well, I think that he exposed some sensitive areas about how people feel about privacy concerns and what people are willing to give away and what they're not willing to give away. And I think it has helped to promote that discussion. However, whether that was the right means to do it is another question. However, if I think about other people who are considered revolutionaries, they didn't always do things inside the balance. So history will ultimately judge him. And whether it's for good or for bad, I don't know. But I probably feel like he should be at least held legally responsible for that, because if he was willing to do that, he certainly knew the consequences. So by him, facing the trial, or don't be a coward. That's my point of view. I mean, if you know you did it, okay, and you're willing to accept the consequences, fine, and then either you will be respected, hated, I don't know, but you have to be willing to accept the consequences. It is somewhat bothersome to me that he would do that and then run away for asylum. I think there are good reasons for those kind of laws, and I think that kind of bothers a lot of people. That are there perhaps more patriotic ways to accomplish the same thing?